Hey guys, welcome to another video. We are doing another deck building demo today. If you guys haven't done one of these before, basically we're going to open up 5 packs. I'm going to take note of the rares or any other noteworthy cards, and then I'm going to build a deck around them. And I started doing something different where I'm going to, kind of skip the kind of, deck building process. I'm kind of just going to show you the list, but I'll explain, kind of my thought process for how I went through the deck building process, as well as I am also opening it up to building a deck in historic, as opposed to just standard. But I think for the most part it'll probably be standard, except for maybe some unless we open something really good. Yeah, before we get into the pack openings and the deck building, if you guys enjoy the content that you see here, feel free to leave a like, comment, and subscribe so that you can look out for more of my content. Again, I do arena content here pretty exclusively. Yeah, so let's go ahead and get into the packs here. We'll open these up, and then we'll fast forward to the actual deck here. So first we got Hylath, which is a kind of Avengers Zendikar type of card, good in any red-green landfall or ramp deck. Kazandu Mammoth, which is a pretty powerful, just kind of good card that functions as a land, so good in any deck. Basically any green deck that would be okay with, playing it. Alright. Skyclave Shade, another card that has seen a good amount of play now, with just value decks, or sacrifice decks or graveyard synergy decks. So some good stuff here. Veladar Retreat, yeah, wow, we're getting some good stuff. Again, just a solid card. Alright, and our last one, Relic Robber, kind of the final dud. Gotta have one somewhere. It's not a bad card, it's just not great. Alright, so those are the cards. We got Hylath, Kazandu Mammoth, Skyclave Shade, Veladar Retreat, and Relic Robber. We'll see what I end up with here. Alright, so this is the initial list that we ended up with. I'll kind of go over some of my choices here. So started with just, shoving all of my Kazandu Mammoths in and trying to figure out. So originally I tried to do work with Phylax and do some kind of landfall. But then I realized that Skyclave Shade was another really powerful card that we could work with. So I thought, alright, how do these cards work well together? Well, first of all, Kazandu helps enable Skyclave Shade by using landfall, and both of these cards are just kind of good mid-range cards. So it's like, alright, let's just build a Golgari mid-range deck. I'm very familiar with this because one of my favorite cards right now in Standard is Shovelbane of Monsters, but I wanted to try and make sure to do something a little bit different than just the typical Shovel deck. So this is a Shovel deck, but it's way less focused around Shovel, and is more just kind of nice and good. And I also thought this was a great opportunity to use the other card that is typically seen in Shovel, or in my Shovel decks, which is that is also a landfall card, which is Nissa of Shadowed Bows. So here we have a few creatures that would be good to get back with, and also just put it into play from our hand. Yeah, so let's go over the cards here. So we got Bloodchief's Thirst, Heartless Act, Murderous Rider, and Hogwarts Mauling as our main removal pieces, which is very important in a mid-range deck, especially in a Shovel deck. And for our creatures, we have Arachneer to kind of hedge against aggro decks, or, better yet, the rogue decks, which mill you and have lots of flyers. So this has been a common tech piece. What else? So we got Skyclave Shade, we got Shovel, and then we have 2 copies of Demonic Embrace, because again, I wanted to do something different. I've seen this card a little bit being seen in, you know, just some aggro decks. I think here it has some value because we have some effects that discard, like Liliana, as well as you know, turning Skyclave Shade into, you know, an early beater, or just turning Shovel into a 4/4 flyer. You know, that play pattern might be good enough, and we'll have to see. They have Lenore Visionary, just as a one of, because we do have some expensive cards. Wanted to make sure that we have a little bit of card draw as well as some ramp. So I have one Colony Ambush here. I wanted to try this out. I haven't tried this at all in my Shovel decks because you can kind of just like fight something with Shovel and trigger it, because since it has Death Touch. But also I wanted to make sure that I had enough lands. Again, like, this is slightly different. I'm not exactly sure how many lands, land spells and lands in general you want. I think I maybe could go down, you know, one of these, go up a spell, but I think with all the landfall cards, I'm good. We have our Planeswalkers. We got Liliana, Wicker of the Dead. So this is kind of one, if we discard Demonic Embrace or Skyclave Shade 2, we're kind of totally fine with that. And it also is removal, which is really nice. We talked about Nissa, and then we have 2 copies of Vivian, which has shown to be pretty good with like Gargaroth and Polukranos, which we have 2 copies of. Polukranos, a great escape card, and can fight stuff with Shovel to just do a bunch of stuff. And then we have Turn Timber Symbiosis. Now you might be thinking, okay, why aren't we running shoot, what's the +1/+1 counter guy? Counters. No? Where's the card I'm thinking of? Oh, there we go. Grakma. Grakma, you know, why not have this? I don't have a good answer. We might want to just cut the Demonic Embraces for this, now that I think about it. Yeah, you know what? I'm deciding that. And actually, I also think the ambush might just want more creatures. Yeah, we're doing that. So I wanted to get fancy with the Demonic Embrace, but guess not. Sorry if someone was excited about that. Alright, so we're gonna hop in with our deck here into Ranked and see how this deck does. I think, you know, again, it's just a Shovel deck, but I do think that Skyclave Shade and Kazandu Mammoth will be good cards in this instance, especially since we're totally fine just like slamming our opponent in the face for 3 with Skyclave Shade, or kicking it. I definitely think that that's going to be good, which it actually is here, right? You get to go 2, 3, and then Polukranos. And I actually just realized that Skyclave Shade works well because it gets counters for Grakma, so even better. Alright. Play Skyclave Shade. Now this does get got by the 1 mana spell here, which our opponent might have here. That's going to make me very sad. No? Alright. What you got? Rimrock Knight. Interesting. Well, we're okay with this. We're going to smack you. And we're just going to play Grakma here because we're totally fine jumping, or like trading, because we get a 3/3 out of the deal. Now, we're missing a Black Source. We're kind of rough on a Black Source here, but that's alright. Okay. Save that on my Rimrock Knight. And we're probably just gonna block the Rimrock Knight, right? Save some damage. If they use an exiling effect now, yes, we won't get the Hydra, but alright, you get a 3/3. Boom. So our opponent definitely has an instant here. Like, we can see that they're stopping, so I'm just wondering what it is. Okay, another Rimrock Knight. There's an Elder Gargaroth, but I think I just want to jam and play a 6/6. And this is why Skyclave Shade is great, because it's an aggressive card that can grind. And it's not something that our opponent wants to interact with. Like, I don't think they want to shock it. Might have to fix the mana base here and add, because we drew all of our forests. I guess we drew all of our forests here, so it's not actually that bad. Like, I think we only have like 4 forests. I might have to look back at the mana base and see. So I actually don't want to block, because I can just fight. Yeah, let's just play this and fight the, oh my god, all of our forests. Let's just fight, right? Let's fight this. I guess let me attack first. We do this. And I don't want to attack here because the Fervent Champion, yeah, just gets wrecked. Wow, they just let me hit them? Okay. Yeah, I'll fight this now. Oh, and it actually only deals 2? Why does it only deal 2? If sorcerer deal damage to a creature, deals that much damage plus 2. If damage will be dealt to prevent that damage. I'll get back to you on that. I'm gonna write that down because I'm very confused. Yeah, I do not know why it only loses 2 counters. I feel like it should be dealing 4. Sure. So actually, this is great here because we can Blood Chief's Thirst, the Fervent Champion, and still play Elder Gargaroth. Now let's just jam. Yep, they have that shock, but they have 2 lethal attackers. Alright. I'm just going to quickly look back at the mana base and see if I need to make any changes, because we have a few, you know, double black cards, and black is definitely something that we want to have early access to. It's kind of rough because in the other decks that I've played with this, it's been Obzon, and so there's been better fixing. Yeah, this is the best I can do, right? Because we have just a Triome and Temple. We don't have, right, the pathways are only, yeah, these, right? There's not the, yeah. There's no of the other pathways, unfortunately. So yeah, they're unfortunately that's the best we can do. That's why I'm saying that. I think even with this, I think Optimum would be better. Now I could have tried putting Felidar Retreat in the deck, and maybe I should. But I think that would be too crazy. I was like thinking about it. Like I could have, and that would be pretty interesting. But I think this is better. Unfortunately. Kinda gotta balance playing the new cards and playing a good deck. So Skyclave Shade there just being an early drop that was able to be aggressive was great. Oh, I also got this. Alright, so here we're gonna have access to all of our colors. I think I'm playing Fabled Passage first and playing getting a forest and then playing Shade early. Haggard's Falling. Alright, so you're gonna have all of our lands and stuff, so it's fine. So they have. They are green-white. Alright. So let's get a forest. Arachneer, we're not gonna play just yet, we're just gonna play Skyclave Shade. I guess they could play something that would maybe want me to play it, but now I think I'm just jamming Hagra's Mauling, right? And attacking for 3. And actually, I think I'm just gonna jam this Arachneer. Use my mana. I have, like, removal spells. Oh. Our opponent apparently didn't draw lands or something. Ripperoni. Maybe they just had a bad hand. Okay. Alright. So here, once again, we kind of have like a rough hand in terms of mana, but I think we'll be fine. Let's play this first and get a forest, so that we can play Heartless Act early if we really, really need to. And then we can play like Hagra's Mauling or something. I guess we do really need to draw a land soon. Okay, that's actually fine. So yeah, let's play this swamp, since we're going to be playing Hagra's Mauling probably next turn, and then Liliana or Nissa or something. Kite Sail Freebooter. I think I'm just going to Heartless Act this. Destroy target creature with no counters on it. So they get to look at our hand, but they don't actually get to take anything. Alright. Do I want to play this Hagra's Mauling? I think the answer is yes. I have Liliana to in your graveyard, so it's -2/-2 right now. Okay. Okay, that's fine. Like it's like Death Touch and Lifelink. Get Menace and Death Touch. Interesting. Interesting choices there. So here, I guess I'm just like playing Nissa and getting in for 3. So I'd like to take this action. And they can attack me back for 3, but then I get to play Gargaroth, and they're forced into attacking Nissa here. Rankle. Oh man, they get to kill everything. Yep. All right.
I failed you.
So here's my thought process here. With the position that we're at. If I draw a land next turn, I can play Liliana and Shovel, and then the turn after I can Heartless Act. So even though playing Gargaroth might make it susceptible to removal, like if I play this and they just kill it, I think that the mana Like, I'm not making this play because I expect Gargaroth to survive or do something. If it does, great. But I'm making this play so that next turn I can play Liliana and Shovel if I draw a land. I'm giving myself, like, the best opportunity. Alright, so there, they wasted 4 mana, kinda-ish, and that's fine. And the benefit is that we're getting rid of, each player discards a card, sure. I think I'm just discarding Heartless Act here. Yeah. So now I get to play this, get a forest. And play both of these cards. Like, yeah. Like, this isn't the best, but it allows me to draw something, I guess. We're losing Liliana to this Grim Dancer, but now, like, we, I guess, get to kill the Grim Dancer and do something about it. Or do something after. Okay. Well, that was always going to get us. What went wrong here? I don't think anything really went wrong here. Yes, they do that, they attack us. Although if they want to make us sack something, sack Shovel here, they have to sack one of their creatures, which I don't think is really worth it. Sure. Now if we just like draw any removal spell, we're just like good. I mean, it's a creature. It's a 5/3. Does that mean we're just dead? No. But I think... Actually, if they just attacked with everything and they made us lose 1 life, we would have just been dead. Alright, but we're dead anyways. I don't really have anything to say about that game. Sometimes it's just how the cards fall. I definitely still support playing the Gargaroth on that turn, because if they didn't answer it, we just win. Like, if they didn't have the removal spell on that exact turn, we get a lot of value. Okay. Alright, this hand's good. Yeah, it just looks like a typical hand. Well, get wrecked. Symbiosis. You know what, that's fine, because it's a land. It's like technically a land, I guess. I think I'm just gonna play a Triome and V-Spider here. Plus they're black reds, they're mid-range. Yeah. Actually pretty fine here because we can play, what are they gonna do with that? Sure. I think I'm just jamming Skyclave Shade and getting our beats on. Yeah, so this is the advantage of Skyclave Shade, is like, it's kind of like a card that we can just play and be aggressive with in these scenarios. Next time we get to play Polukranos, just by pink relay. Oh my god, they have to exile their Croxa! They have to exile their Croxa! Oh, they don't choose to exile their Croxa. Big sad. Alright, I think I'm just jamming Polukranos here. Alright. See a little more. Alright, now they get to get a zombie. It's fine. Another Torbran calls the dead. I think I'm not actually using Polukranos or anything here. I'm just attacking through with my creatures. Yeah. Because, like, I don't mind trading the Skyclave Shade here. What does our opponent have here? Hager's Mauling. Interesting. I think I'm just jamming. Sure. So, interestingly, I could use my mana pretty effectively here and play Hager's Mauling and to get back the Skyclave Shade and Shovel. Which, I think I'm definitely playing Shovel here because I expect them to play Kroxa next turn. The question becomes, do I play Hager's Mauling here? I think the answer is yes, because I have 2 Murderous Riders. And I really just want to get my beats on, so yeah. Right, so they get a zombie, and then they actually get to gain 1 life from Scryo 1 because of the last chapter of the first Timoret Calls the Dead. Oh my goodness, all of the Timoret Calls the Dead. We have Ox. Goodness gracious.
I was bored anyway.
I love those duresses. I think I'm just jamming, right? I just attack with these. Yep, that was what I expected, and I'm fine with that. I'm just gonna jam in Elder Gargaroth. Yep. So, they can play Kroxa, and that will be sad, because we'll get to discard 1 of the Murderous Riders, but the second one we'll be able to cast and kill the first Kroxa. I mean, that should absolutely be what they're doing here. I don't know why they would Ox here first. Yep. Yep. Alright. So here I'm playing this to recast this. Bloodchief's Thirst. Interesting. So I'm definitely attacking with Gargaroth. It just, what do I do with it here? Do I make a 3/3, expecting them to trade? Or if do I draw a card expecting them to block with 2 creatures? Maybe that's what I do here. I think I draw a card here. Because I expect them to, like... Oh, they do that. Interesting. Okay. I think I'll just... kick this. Yeah, that's rough. Kind of running out of stuff, and look at all the cards they can cast. This is balanced. This is interesting gameplay here. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm playing graveyard stuff too, but like... Yep. Alright. So... even though we're actually going to lose more life, I'm actually going to discard Bloodchief's Thirst. For a couple of reasons. One, this gets hit by duress, which they've shown to have, but also, like, next turn I can play it as 2/3. You know what, I'm actually gonna... Oh, I didn't click. I didn't click block. That's fine. Alright. So let's do 1. And 2. Sure. Interesting play there. I'm assuming they double block. That's fine. I think they just did that just to use their cards, probably. Yeah. Alright, so they can use their castle. Oh, yeah.
You wish you had a fraction of my power.
Okay.
I really don't care about your plans.
So here you actually get to use Polukranos, right? I'm actually down for this. Look it up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oops. We have to do everything, right? Unfortunately, we have to get rid of our Skyclave Shade. But we get a 12/12. And... yeah. Let's see if our Unchained boy can do it. Oh.
I have no interest in fighting.
Wow. And they got to cast it for 3 because we have no basics. That was really funny. I've never seen that come up. Alright. Here's our Lenore Visionary. Am I just gonna lose 3 life? Or discard this? I guess I should cycle first. Yeah, I don't feel like playing a land. Oh. So they could nuke one of my creatures, but like, I don't think that really makes sense. Alright, they do that. Yeah, we're pretty dead here.
We're doing things my way.
Oh, and this ult's next turn? Yep, cool, we're dead. Alright. So, I think the deck is, you know, fine. We didn't really draw any of our Kazandu Mammoths. Kind of just drawing the same stuff. We'll do one more, we'll do one more. I don't want to end on that. Playing against the you know, one of the top tier decks, and one that, you know, this kind of caliber deck is not going to beat. Even though, you know, we definitely made some plays. All right, so this is a good hand. This is fine. We have Shovel and a removal spell, And if we draw a land, we can play Liliana. Hagor's Mauling. This is a land, but I actually think I'm going to bottom this. Yeah, I think the biggest problem with this deck is that since it's only black green. Oh, there's Kazandu Mammoth. There's our boy. Let's play the Triome. The issue is that this deck is green black, and the Abzan version actually has better mana, as crazy as that is. I think I'm playing Kazandu Mammoth here as a land, and just playing Shovel. Yes, our opponent can just remove this, but if they don't, we get to do some fun stuff. Phoenix Bash, sure. I think I'm putting the counter there, and then just let's Chief's Thirsting that to gain some life. Nice. Alright, no attacks. And I'm doing that because our opponent has shown that they don't have the removal shovel. They might have it now, but the damage is kind of done. Flame Charger. Sure. Sure. Yeah, that only has haste if it's equipped. So, interesting. Now I can just play Elder Gargaroth here and have some fun with Elder Gargaroth. I guess it does trade here, which is unfortunate. That's okay. I think I'm making a 3-3. Oh wow, they just concede. Alright. I think that's going to do it for this video. Gotta love stomping all over Mono Red with Shovel. That's what I love. I love to see. It's the whole reason why I play this deck. It's just get to screw over those. But yeah, so there you saw Kazandu Mammoth being a good card as a land. I think there, even though I played it kind of preemptively and we drew some lands after, I still think it was fine. And that's kind of the positives there. So yeah, there you go. That's kind of an interesting synergy with Mammoth and Skyclave, kind of just being cohesive in a good stuff deck, mid-range deck. You know, Skyclave Shade also synergizing with Grakma, having to do with plus encounters, which we never saw, but if it ever comes up, is pretty cool. Yeah. That's going to do it for this video. Again, this was building around Skyclave Shade and Kazandu Mammoth, and hopefully that gives you some insight as to how to build decks if you really want to build around a certain card, you know, playing to the strengths of whatever you're trying to build around. Again, if you guys enjoy my content, want to see more videos like this, also do draft videos and such, leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and look out for more of my content. Alright guys, see you next time.